Thank you. Hey, Piper. As you know, at LSU, we talk about building teams that win in Louisiana for the world. Well, today is an exceptional day for the LSU team. It's not often, if ever, that during a presidential search, you get lucky enough to have two candidates with the same vision whose different backgrounds complement each other to the benefit of the entire university. Well, today I am proud to announce that LSU did just that. After reviewing these two exceptional leaders, each with distinct backgrounds and qualities, but sharing a common vision for LSU's success, the board decided to separate the role of president of LSU into the president of the LSU system, or I like enterprise, with a focus on alignment and growth for the whole system, and the executive vice president of the LSU enterprise and chancellor for the LSU A&M campus, which I explained to Piper that we're working on that word. So, Piper, you don't need to ask me. So, in addition to overseeing the Baton Rouge campus, the executive vice president of the LSU system and chancellor of LSU A&M will lead the research efforts across all campuses, including oversight of the LSU Ag Center, health centers in Shreveport and New Orleans, and Pennington Biomedical Research Center, with a vision of becoming a top 50 research university. As all you know, since I was chair the first time, this was the absolute goal of us then when we started to bring in the Ag Center, Pennington, the Law Center. And this is finishing that, and I'm so excited about it. In addition, LSU's research enterprise will now report as a unified system reflecting the collaborative strengths of our institutions. Unified, I love it. The decision to split these two roles had been under consideration since I became board chair here and when I left last time. During the search for a new president, it became clear to the board that these candidates' unique strengths and shared vision presented an opportunity to strengthen LSU's leadership structure. By allowing each to focus on their distinct areas of expertise, Dr. Rousse on system-wide priorities that advance all campuses that serve the state, and Dr. Dalton on guiding the research across the flagship campus, Ag Center, health centers, and Pennington Biomedical Research Center. LSU is positioned to become an even stronger, more unified team. And now I'm excited to announce the newest members of our winning team. First, I'm pleased to announce Dr. Wade Rousse. Huh? Oh, never mind. I'm still proud to announce Dr. Wade Rousse has accepted the position as president of the LSU system. As president, Dr. Rousse will report directly to the Board of Supervisors and oversee the 4, soon to be 5, educational campuses, the flagship in Baton Rouge, LSUA, LSUE, LSUS, and soon LSU New Orleans at UNO. Dr. Rousse is a Louisiana native who brings decades of experiences across higher education, the business world, and deep research in the area of economics. He most recently served as president of McNeese University. In just his first year as president, McNeese achieved his first enrollment increase in 14 years. Amazing. With a 13% rise in first-time freshmen and a full campus housing occupancy for the first time in more than 2 decades. Dr. Rousse has a big focus on student success as well. In fact, at one point, he and his wife lived in the dorms. Actually, they still do. At McNeese, just to be closer to the students and understand their needs and challenges. That really struck me, truly did. With a strong business as well as educational background, Dr. Rousse secured an $8 million public-private partnership for the Liquefied Natural Gas Center of Excellence, expanded corporate sponsorships fourfold from when he got there, and led multi-million-dollar facility naming initiatives. He did all of that without the resources we have at LSU. Imagine what he can do here. Dr. Rousse is a change agent and a servant leader, someone who leads by example, values collaboration, and brings innovative solutions to complex challenges. And as a first-generation college graduate, he embodies LSU's values of access, excellence, and service. Welcome to the family, Dr. Rousse. We look forward to working with you closely. The mic is yours, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to the Board of Supervisors for the faith you have placed in me. Thank you to the faculty, students, and staff and other university stakeholders located throughout this wonderful system and who participated in a rigorous selection process. And most importantly, thank you to my bride, Angela, my partner in all things and someone I am confident that this LSU community will soon come to love almost as much as I do. Let me begin with a clear and unequivocal statement. I'm here to lead the Louisiana State University system. LSU is a tremendous institution and has a globally recognized brand. And I truly believe the beloved university, our beloved university's best days are ahead of us. Today, we begin the challenging work of restructuring confidence in the university's direction. The days of interim titles will come to an end. In the coming weeks and months, we will thoughtfully put leaders in place who will drive progress, accountability, and share our sense of purpose. I have said throughout this process that trust is earned, not demanded. I have committed to engaging students across LSU's 8 and soon to be 9 campuses to seek their counsel, to hear their concerns, and to share my vision for an LSU system that operates more efficiently, that serves our students more effectively, and aspires for greatness. I will work each day to demonstrate that I am worthy of the trust the board has placed in me, and I will work to earn the trust of every member of this LSU family. As we chart a new course for LSU, there are many challenges facing our leadership team. From the integration of the University of New Orleans, our deferred maintenance crisis, uncertain funding streams, the lack of permanent leadership in our storied athletics program. As I turn my attention to these monumental system challenges, I also want to ensure academic and operational excellence at the flagship campus. That is why I have argued throughout this process that LSU would be best served by reestablishing the role of Chancellor at the A&M campus. In recent days, I have come to learn more about one of my competitors in the presidency search, Dr. Jim Dalton. Dr. Dalton's record of scholarship, service, and leadership aligns exceptionally well with, I believe, LSU A&M needs at this exact moment. And I'm thankful that the board also agrees. Dr. Dalton, why don't you come up and say a few words?
Good afternoon. LSU is about building teams that win, and I'm confident that we've done that today. I'm excited for this next chapter in my life. I'm excited for this partnership, and more importantly, I'm excited for the future of LSU under our leadership together. I look forward to leaning in to what's going on the main campus, learning what's going on across the state, meeting the leadership of the university, the faculty, staff, and students, and working together with them and Dr. Rousse to lead this great university forward. Go Tigers.
We're trying to stay on time, so I'm going to stick to the script here. While I am overjoyed and honored by this role I have been entrusted with, it is also a little bittersweet, as I will be leaving my McNeese family. I would be remiss if I did not offer a special thank you to my team and my dear friends in Lake Charles who believed in our vision and helped restore McNeese to its rightful place as one of the top regional universities in the South. McNeese's future is bright, and in coming days, I will work with my team there and the UL system leadership to absolutely ensure the most smooth transition as possible. My exact start date in Baton Rouge is still being determined. However, the work of leading LSU begins today. I have asked Jason French, a valued and trusted advisor, to lead our transition efforts here at LSU. Jason will begin work on this campus tomorrow. He will begin meeting with the executive leadership team. Thank you, Jason, for your counsel and willingness to serve in this important role. When I was a boy growing up in Golden Meadow, I could not imagine a day like this. But I did learn what my neighbors expected of everyone given a responsibility. You show up, you listen, you work hard, and you own the results. That is the spirit I will bring to this role every single day. My story is a Louisiana story, grounded in faith, family, hard work, and a deep belief that education truly changes lives. We will measure ourselves by student success, by the strength of our faculty and staff, by research and innovation that serve this state, and by our athletics programs that demands excellence. I ask the LSU family to lock arms with us today. Our best days are truly ahead. Let's get to work and go Tigers.
So I hope you can see what we saw during this search. Individually, their unique strengths advance our LSU mission, ensuring LSU wins at every level in academics, research, athletics, and service back to our students in the community. Together, they understand that LSU's strength lies not only in our academic and athletic achievements, but in our mission as one team to serve the state, to educate future leaders, advance research, and drives our economy and elevate the equality of life for all Louisianians. On behalf of all the Board of Supervisors, many of who are behind me, I want to extend our sincere appreciation to all the candidates, the search committee, our search firm, and LSU community for their engagement and thoughtful participation. Special shout to Dr. Monique Kane and Trey and those who made this work, because it would not have happened without them. This is a moment of continued momentum for LSU. I know that a lot of folks thought there was a lack of momentum. Boy, were they wrong. This is great momentum. And there is a plan. And we're proud to show the plan. And we will continue every single day to improve the plan. The plan is never done. I love it when people ask me, well, what's your plan? You tell them, and okay, good, there's a plan. No, the plan is for today, because tomorrow it changes every day because our needs change. Together, we'll continue to build the teams that win for our students, for our state, and for the future of LSU. Like Dr. Rousse said, go Tigers. Now, we will take questions.
Dr. Dalton will have oversight over the research campuses. Will the answers to those campuses report to Dr. Dalton, or will they still report to Dr. Rousse?
Yes, the way we envision this, in about 30 days, we're going to come up with a great detailed organizational chart. The way we envision it now, the president of the system, which is me, I'm just realizing, will have the enterprise will have athletics from the main campus, the external affairs, government affairs, sort of the outreach-looking units reporting directly to the president, the executive vice president of the system, and also the chancellor of the A&M campus. Will have what we call the research sort of institutions or enterprise, if you will, which the folding of the two health science centers and Pennington reporting directly to Dr. Dalton.
And Piper, as I've told you before, and I tell y'all, that's why we're taking 30 days. So there are some things that may change, but as a 95% nucleus of what we're talking about in this enterprise, and this is it. They're going to get together and maybe tweak something. Maybe, their knowledge, they reserve the right for 30 days to tweak a little bit, but 95%. Do you want to say something?
Comment on that?
No, exactly. We've talked in broad terms about how to have oversight over the campuses and given our complementary strengths how best to do that. I think if you think about Alexandria, Eunice, Shreveport, we've got a plan for that, but we need about 30 days to sit down and really hammer out the details.
Yes, so we have an acting AD, and that search is underway. I expect to get very involved very quickly. As I said in our opening remarks, our involvement starts today. I plan on meeting with our acting AD as quickly as I can, possibly as early as tonight, and getting involved as aggressively as I can. Not necessarily aggressively or directly. I just think as a president, you should probably be involved in the search for what I think is the best college football job in America at the best college football university in America. So I would think you would want your president being involved in that process.
To say that, we want the president. We want our new leadership to be involved for the reasons he said, and it's very important that everyone see the stability of LSU, the foundation of LSU. And that is the tip of the spear is starting here with the board members, with our president, with our executive vice president, and chancellor. It would be silly, not immediately, for them to be part of the foundation that is telling y'all, some who thought foundation was broken is, which it's not, to not be part of it immediately. The president, obviously, now that he's here, when he spoke, we weren't sure who the president would be, but and there may be another. Yeah.
I know you said James Dalton would be kind of heavily involved in managing the research efforts. I was wondering if you have any ideas to improve our research efforts we have at LSU, and do you see LSU becoming a top contender in research among public schools in the country?
Well, the answer to that question starts with listening. We're going to go on a big listening tour for the first 90 to 100 days, whatever it takes. I've met with several of the faculty during the search process and had an open forum with them late last week as well. I've got a lot to learn, but you've got some great leaders and great faculty here as well. I look forward to learning from them, talking about shared ideas, shared opportunities, and moving forward.
We did not, and we joked in the back room when I started this search process. I was very adamant, and I thought we had a sort of a divided board about how we would structure this university, and I kept talking structure and structure and structure, and defining what I thought it should look like, and come to find out that guy was actually into search. So I can't thank the board for thinking creatively. Just truly expedites our plan. In my mind, when I take over something, I've got a 90-day, 180-day, and a year plan. This actually accelerates that first 90 days to about a week because I was going to argue strongly that we needed to get a chance to work towards this structure so we could start absorbing the UNO campuses into the system. We start addressing the efficiencies of the system as a whole in terms of finances, putting finances structures in places that's transparent across the system. And while we're thinking about, from a system perspective, we truly needed a focus on the research portfolio. Faculty after faculty member kept talking about their desire for membership in AAU. When you think about what these jobs look like, I don't know how one person could do all of that. So I thank the good Lord that it worked out this way, because it truly it expedites the plan I had in my mind if I was going to take over as president, what I was going to lay out in terms of my 90-day plan.
Scott, as far as we knew, when we went into an executive session, you were going to choose a president. Instead, you come out with a president and a chancellor. Was this something that you guys have been talking about previously? Had you discussed it with the two of them, or did it just somehow come up in the meeting? And if so, how did they come to agreement?
It did, but I'll let Wade, if you want to answer how you, because you lived it.
Yeah, so we, again, that first day and at the opening remarks of that day, I was pretty strong. And if you remember right, I said, I don't normally take the safe road, and I'm not going to do it here. And I started talking about structure. We started talking about structure. Dr. Dalton comes on campus, had a wonderful day. I started doing some backgrounds on Dr. Dalton. I'm thinking the structure we're looking for is right here. If we can get the board to kind of think creatively here and maybe expedite the plan. Got to meet with Dr. Dalton. We talked it over in a very quick fashion. Come to find out, we really liked each other in a very short time, and said, well, we're not going to pass up on this opportunity. It's an opportunity to truly advance where we thought we would be, a week earlier.
Scott, you didn't answer the part about the board's role in this.
When they brought it to us, we said, it's a great idea. Y'all discuss it, bring it, and they did, and exactly.
Brought to you today?
It was brought. Today, we did discuss it, yes.
That's the first time?
That's not the first time we knew that they were discussing it. But that, yes, it was brought to us today, and that's why executive session took so long.
How long have you two been discussing it?
So we met after he had a great day on campus, we met Friday morning, drove over here and met and just started to think, is this could be a possibility or not a possibility? Went to see if we really disliked one another and worked through that. Initial reaction was, hey, this could actually kind of work. Kind of organized the chart, what we thought would happen in our mind. Over the weekend, continue to have brainstorming, calls, and thinking, well, are we actually going to try to propose this and ask the board to think about it? Spoke several times over the weekend, and very pleased with where the search ended up.
And was Dr. Robbins involved in any of those discussions?
Not with us.
Appreciate you guys taking the time today. Not to steer this back to athletics, but the governor in recent days has been very adamant about how he would like to see future coaching contracts structured. So I wonder, Dr. Rousse, is that something that you are in alignment with the governor?
Yes, that's a very good question. The governor loves Louisiana. He loves the people of Louisiana. He worries about Louisiana. But I think he's smiling somewhere today. He's not in this room, but I'm sure he's smiling somewhere today, because I have been told from several people that he was looking for strong leadership at LSU, so he could back away from any sort of micromanaging that he thought he needed to do in the existence of sort of a leadership transition or a leadership void. So I do support the idea that we're going to try to base contracts on incentive based. Our contracts are going to be based on incentives and how we win and how does that work and how do we get paid based on winning. I would like to think that we could do that in our athletics contracts, but we all know that the market is the market. And let me repeat what we said. We are very determined to go find the absolute best coach there is to come take the best coaching job in America and come lead us to our next national championship. We have a global brand that's mostly driven, not mostly, it's driven by a lot of things, but largely a part of that is what happens in Tiger Stadium. And there's no doubt in our mind, we're going to go get the fit that will make that happen.
What would the evaluation process look like for the existing interim leadership, but also just other higher-level leadership at the university? Are you guys?
Yeah, we'll both speak on that a little bit. I talked about it in my opening remarks. We are determined to really put a plan in place that's system-wide. We're going to look at all of the interim positions that are there. We're going to work on a system that works towards 4 or 5 true objectives for the university, and we're going to hire the best possible fit in all of those positions underneath us. It's going to take us about 30 days to come out with a very detailed organizational chart of which we're going to see those interim positions and open positions and see if we really need that as we redesign them and think about efficiencies throughout the entire organization. We truly believe one of the questions from faculty was, as I was pitching this structure, is that they thought of this as adding more administration. Anyone who has followed my career knows that I am a structure and efficiency junkie, and that we're going to organize this situation that gives our faculty the best opportunity, our staff the best opportunity to truly define how they win and push this entire enterprise forward.
And Scott, what kind of performance goals or incentives will be in the contract for the president and executive vice president?
We've got to go through those. Obviously, research. Obviously, retention of students. Obviously, enrollment. You know, things like that. But Dr. Rousse is going to be charged to kind of sit down with us, understand his vision. The board is going to sit down and take that and make sure that we put that pen to paper. But it's going to be outcomes of things that matter to the campus.
We're going to take one more question, and then we got to roll.
Dr. Rousse, can you tell us a little bit about the thought process that went into having athletics report to you rather than the campus chancellor?
Yes, absolutely. So we, still, again, we're going to give you a very detailed organizational chart in 30 days. When we think about some of the issues that we're facing on our current campus and around the system, we know we got to work on some efficiencies in terms of absorbing UNO. One of the ideas about the athletics programs, I'm currently the chairman of the board of the Southland Conference, and we know a lot of the things that are changing around this country. We want to make sure that we stay on the forefront of driving athletics, which ultimately plays a major part in driving our brand. So it made sense given our sort of expertise at sort of the outward-facing units, athletics, government affairs, external affairs, which sort of report directly to the president, in a partnership as we're truly trying to drive this enterprise and raise the scholarship and raise the research portfolio, which would allow Dr. Dalton to truly focus on that.